Namaste friends, my name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel Vedic Astro Amit. First of all, thank you to all our paid members. Really appreciate your support. So we have this very sensitive, extremely sensitive few days, you can say, this conjunction taking place where Moon will be with Ketu. And Ketu and Rahu and Ketu, they eclipse the sun and the moon. So I view this as pretty much as an eclipse, although technically it's not an eclipse because whenever Rahu and Ketu, they are close to sun and moon, eclipse takes place only during the new moon or the full moon. So it's not going to be new moon or full moon now, but nevertheless, moon is going to be going over Ketu. Secondly, the moon is Kemadruma. So that means a lonely moon. So moon has no other planets to support to support it other than Ketu. Moon is a very gentle planet. Moon needs support. Moon likes company of other planets. And so it's the lonely moon. So that means our mind further needs support. Okay, our emotions, our feelings, we need support. We need emotional support during this transit. Thirdly, Moon is actually going to be exchanging with Mercury. This is very significant. This was not the case last month. Last month also we had this Moon and Ketu conjunction. I made a video, but this time it's very, very sensitive because I'll show when we talk about all the 12 signs is that the biggest thing is Moon gets further weakened because it is getting exchanged with Mercury, and I'll explain, and it goes with Venus. Venus and Moon are considered enemies in Bhrigu Nadi Nadi. So I'll explain all of that, but the nutshell is Moon is going to be very, very weak next couple of days, July 11th, 12th, 13th, those 3 days or so at least. And but also at the same time, so this conjunction Moon and Ketu will be in the nakshatra of Hasta. So we can do lots of things. We can do a lot of things to support our mind and also to manifest things in our life. Hasta nakshatra literally means hands. Hasta means hands. So we can manifest things in our hands, literally. Savita is the deity. The deity for Hasta is Savitur Devata, which is the sun god. So Gayatri Mantra is very powerful during this trance. So next 3 days, chant as much as possible a Gayatri Mantra. You can meditate on the rising sun. You can massage your hands any way you can honor your hands, rub your hands together. You can do acupressure on your hands or just press with your thumb, the palms, any kind of acupressure. And then you can do lots of mudras, Gyana Mudra, Apana Mudra, Vayu Mudra, all of those. So those mudras you can do with your hands to honor your hands. And then another thing is the mantra we do in the morning. I'll put it in the description. So you can do mantra for honoring. You look at your palms when you wake up in the morning. First thing, look at your palms and then chant this mantra: Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karmadhe Saraswati, Karmule tu Govinda, Prabhate Kardarshanam. So those are some of the remedies. But overall, a lot of emotional stuff might be going on for all of the 12 signs. So we'll go one by one for each of the signs now. First of all, Aries. So this video will be based on a moon sign, the Rashi, wherever your moon is placed. So if your moon is placed in Aries, that's what we're looking at. So if your Rashi is Aries, then moon is transiting through your 6th house here. And moon is the lord of the 4th house. And what's happening is there's an exchange between Mercury and moon here, because Mercury is sitting in Cancer, moon is in Virgo, so they're exchanging signs. So what happens when moon goes here, exchange is Parivartan Yoga. That means you can pretty much bring moon here and Mercury here. So when you take moon here, then in fact it gets further weakened because it goes with the enemy Venus and it gets trines to Rahu. So in a way, this is a very, very peculiar situation, really different, where a planet is kind of, getting the effect of both Ketu and Rahu. So that's very sensitive period. So that means it's a few things you got to be very careful with your emotions. There could be a lot of emotions at work. There could be a lot of emotional stuff going on at home also, or with your mother, or with your co-workers. So those are the areas which will be impacted. But then also you can do these remedies we discussed in the intro section. Watch the intro section. Lots of remedies we discussed. Those will help you manifest things around the areas of 4th house and 6th house. Okay, so this is a time when you may feel like emotional turmoil, but it's also kind of a spiritual awakening where moon is going to be with Ketu, and then you can manifest things around these two houses. Um, Next is the Rashi of Taurus. So if your moon is in Taurus, then this applies to you. So for Taurus Rashi, moon will be transiting through your fifth house, okay, from your moon sign. And then moon is the ruler of your third house. So there's exchange between Mercury and moon, Parivartan yoga between these two planets sitting in the third house and the fifth house. So that's why, see here, moon is with Ketu. There's no other planet, Kemadruma yoga. But then moon goes here, then it goes with this enemy Venus. And from there it is trines to Rahu. So moon is going to be very, very weak and sensitive. So there could be a lot of emotional stuff with respect to your romantic partner, with respect to your children, with respect to your younger siblings, with your neighbors or very close friends. All of those areas, you got to be very, very careful. There'll be a lot of emotional change, transformation, turmoil possible. At the same time, you can do remedies we discussed in the intro section, and literally you can manifest things around those areas. So even though it could be a lot of emotions, but you can still manifest things for these houses, related to these houses, like things for your children with respect to your romantic relationships, your communication, and excellent time to learn some new skills, especially with your hands, because moon is in Hasta and your third house is getting activated with the exchange with the Mercury. So that's for the Rashi of Taurus. Next is Gemini, Gemini Rashi, which is the moon sign. So this video again is based on the moon sign because we're talking about the moon. This is very sensitive period for the moon. So what's happening? Your moon is transiting through your fourth house and is making a Parivartan yoga with Mercury in the second house. Moon is going to be with Ketu, very sensitive. It's Kemadruma yoga, no other planet supporting the moon. And then when moon goes here, then it becomes trines to the Rahu also. And it sits with the enemy Venus. So moon is very, very deeply afflicted these next 2-3 days. Be careful. So for Gemini Rashi, for Gemini moon sign, you could have a lot of emotional stuff going on, transformation, turmoil in your home environment, with your family members also. Be careful with your speech. You could have very emotional speech during these few days. Also, you may find like lost when it comes to inner happiness and your peace of mind, all of that. So those things will be impacted. And then also you may have a lot of emotional eating because second Lord is moon. That's making the exchange and becoming very, very weak. At the same time, so this is an excellent, very powerful window to manifest things around these areas because moon is going to be in Hasta Nakshatra. And so listen to the intro section. We discussed a lot of remedies. So those will help you manifest around these two houses, the second house and the fourth house, even though you could go through a lot of emotions. Next is Cancer Rashi. We're talking about the moon sign here. In this video is based on the moon sign, not the rising sign, because it's all about the moon here. And moon and Mercury are making an exchange. So for Cancer Rashi, your moon is going to be in the third house and it's making an exchange with Mercury in the Lagna. So your moon is your Lagna Lord. Very, very sensitive period for Cancer. Be very cautious. This could be a very emotionally challenging period, these 2-3 days. So take care of your mind. Surround yourself with family and friends. Very important for Cancer Rashi. And now Moon is making exchange with Mercury because Mercury is in Cancer, Moon is in Virgo, so they are in each other's signs. And Moon has Kemadruma Yoga. Moon is almost like an eclipse going over Ketu. And then when Moon comes here with the exchange, it trines to Rahu. So basically, Moon is getting afflicted by both Ketu and Rahu, and then it goes and sits with Venus, the enemy. Venus and Moon are considered enemies in Bhrigunandinadi. So this could lead to a lot of emotions, pessimism, because it's the Lagna Lord. And then also there could be emotional issues with your younger siblings, with your neighbors, with your close friends. But this is also an excellent opportunity for literally self-awakening. Moon is going to be in Hasta Nakshatra, Hasta literally, and listen to the intro section, lots of remedies we discussed. All those remedies will help you basically, change and transformation in your personality, who you are, discovering your self identity. All of that will undergo a shift, but um, this is the opportunity to grab things in your hands. Literally, that's the Hasta Nakshatra, and listen to the remedies in the intro section. Next is Leo rising. I'm sorry, not Leo rising, Leo Rashi. So if your moon is in Leo, then this applies to you. So this video is based on the moon sign because this is all about the moon, transit of the moon taking place. So moon is going to be transiting through your second house, and moon is your 12th house lord. So there's going to be an exchange between the moon and Mercury here. Moon is in Virgo, Mercury is in Cancer. So moon has Kemadruma Yoga. Moon is afflicted with Ketu, almost like an eclipse. And then with the exchange, then moon comes here, it's going to be trines to Rahu. So big affliction to moon. And so this could mean for Leo Rashi, a lot of emotional stuff with respect to your family members. And also be very careful with your speech. You could have a lot of emotional speech. And then you could have a lot of emotional eating during these next 2-3 days. At the same time, moon goes in the 12th house. So you may feel like very pessimistic or just lack of emotional support. And so be careful, but watch the intro section for all the remedies we discussed for the Hasta Nakshatra. This will give you, literally, you can manifest things around these two houses, even though it will be very emotional, but you will get the rewards, you will get the results and manifest things around these two houses if you do remedies mentioned in the intro section. So these two houses means you may set up things around your family wealth, your interaction with the foreigners, foreign people, but also you can activate your subconscious mind. Literally, very, very powerful time to do deep meditation. That is for everybody, but also for Leo Rashi, because your 12th house is activated. So do any kind of astral travel, past life regression, and dream, lucid dreaming, all of that. Next is Virgo Rashi, a very critical, important period, next 2-3 days to manifest a lot of things in your life, but it could be a lot of emotions also because moon is transiting through your lagna and then it has a Parivartan Yoga with Mercury in the sign of Cancer. So moon and Mercury are exchanging because they are in each other's signs. So first of all, it's kind of like an eclipse. Moon is going over Ketu. Secondly, after the eclipse, moon will be trines to Rahu as well. So moon is getting afflicted by both Ketu and Rahu, and with the exchange, moon comes and sits with Venus, which is the enemy of moon. Moon and Venus are enemies. So very sensitive period. So this could literally lead to change and transformation in who you are, your personality, your self-identity. And then also you could see a lot of changes, emotional stuff going on with respect to your friends. Don't, put any messages out there on social media that could have any emotional impact with your friends. Okay. And also careful with your older siblings. There could be emotional issues with your older siblings. But watch the intro section for all the remedies we discussed for Hasta Nakshatra. Those will help you manifest things around your first house, so, personality development, yourself, self-confidence, improvement in your health, all of that, and achieving financial success. That's 11th house, and developing better and more meaningful and spiritual friendships for the long term. Next is Libra Rashi. So if your moon is in Libra, then this applies to you. So in this video, we're talking about the moon sign. With Libra Rashi, moon is transiting through your 6th house and it's making an exchange with the Mercury sitting in the 10th house because moon is in Virgo, Mercury is in Cancer. They are in each other's signs. So they'll make a Parivartan Yoga. So moon is afflicted, first of all, because it's with Ketu. That's kind of like an eclipse. And then after the exchange here, moon gets a trinal aspect of Rahu also. So moon is afflicted by both Rahu and Ketu. And also there's Kemadruma Yoga, where moon, it's a lonely moon. So this could be a very emotional period for you. Your moon in 12th house. But your subconscious mind is activated. And also there could be a lot of emotions at your workplace, especially. Be careful not to get involved in any emotional issues with your coworkers, in your profession, in your business, or even with the authorities. Now, this is also a very powerful window where we can activate and manifest a lot of things because moon is in Hasta Nakshatra. So watch the intro section for all the remedies we discussed. So those will help you manifest things around your career, around your maybe foreign projects, foreign things, foreign travel, also related to foreigners, literally. But really, your 12th house is activated. Do lots of deep meditation. Moon and Ketu in the 12th house means maybe even going to an ashram retreat center. And so those will be excellent remedies for you. Next is Scorpio Rashi. So Scorpio, if your moon is in Scorpio, then this applies to you. This video is based on the moon sign. So moon is transiting through your 11th house and it's making an exchange with Mercury sitting in the 9th house. So the 9th house and 11th house lords are exchanging. So Parivartan Yoga. So first of all, moon is afflicted because it's with Ketu. That's kind of like an eclipse. Secondly, after the exchange, then moon gets trinal aspect of Rahu as well. So moon is getting afflicted by both Ketu and Rahu. And it's a Kemadruma Yoga, which means the lonely moon. So there could be a lot of emotional churning going on with respect to your older siblings, with respect to your friends, with respect to your gurus, or with your father, with your sangha. So all those areas of life are getting impacted. Next 2-3 days, be very, very careful. At the same time, do the remedies mentioned in the intro section. Lots of remedies we discussed. Those will help you, especially remedies related to Hasta Nakshatra, will help you manifest things around 11th house and 9th house. So these remedies will help you activate positive results with respect to your income, your higher studies, spiritual growth, connection with the gurus or being a teacher yourself, and also connection with your sangha and long distance travel. Next is Sagittarius, Rashi. So we're talking about the moon sign. If your moon is in Sagittarius, then this applies to you. Because this video is based on the moon sign only, we're talking about the moon. Moon is transiting through your 10th house and it's making an exchange with Mercury sitting in the 8th house. So there's a very deep connection between the 8th house and the 10th house. So moon is afflicted because it's with Ketu, almost like an eclipse. And after the exchange, it is getting trinal aspect of Rahu. So it's very, very deeply afflicted by both Ketu and Rahu. And at the same time, it's Kemadruma Yoga, which means lonely moon. There is no other planet to support it. So a very sensitive period. This could literally be a period of big change and transformation. 8th house getting activated and moon goes down to the 8th house along with Venus. Very important and powerful period for you, in fact, to awaken your healing powers. So if you're a healer, this is fantastic. This will really open the portals for you. But nevertheless, lots of emotional stuff could be going on at work with your co-workers in a profession, but also there could be emotional issues related to inheritance and other people's wealth, shared resources, all of that. But watch the intersection and do the lots of remedies we discussed you can do. Those will give you positive results and success with respect to your profession and also your 8th house. But go deep, do lots of meditation and study some esoteric subjects. Those are additional remedies for Sagittarius Rashi. Next is Capricorn. For Capricorn, this is Capricorn Rashi we're talking about. The moon sign is Capricorn, not the rising sign, because this video is totally about the moon and the mind. So moon is in your 9th house and making a exchange with Mercury in the 7th house. So moon and Mercury both are involved. Moon is first of all with Ketu. That means almost as like an eclipse. Then after the exchange, it goes here because Mercury and moon are in each other's signs. And when moon goes here, it is trines to Rahu. So moon is getting afflicted by both Ketu and Rahu, and it's going to sit with the enemy Venus. And it's a Kemadruma moon, which means the lonely moon. It's not getting support of any other planet. So there could be lots of emotions with in your partnership, relationships, lots of emotions with your gurus or father or sangha. And you got to be very, very careful. So watch the intersection. We discussed lots of remedies. Those will be very powerful. In addition, the Capricorn Rashi people can also do meditation together with your partner or just being in the temple or religious places. That is a powerful remedy for Capricorn, in addition to the remedies in the intersection. And just spend time with your gurus, learn from your gurus, or do some higher studies together with your partner. Those are wonderful remedies. Next is Aquarius Rashi. So this video is based on the Rashi, which is the moon sign. And that's because this is totally about the moon, how you feel things. And so moon is transit through your 8th house. Moon is also the 6th lord. It's making a Parivartan Yoga, exchange with Mercury, because Mercury is in Cancer in the moon sign, moon is in Virgo in the Mercury sign. So first of all, moon is with Ketu, so that's almost like an eclipse. Secondly, when moon makes the exchange with Mercury, then it's trines to Rahu. So moon is getting afflicted both by Ketu and by Rahu. And thirdly, moon will be sitting with Venus, which is the enemy of the moon. And then fourthly, this is also Kemadruma Yoga, which means a lonely moon, not getting support. Moon is not getting support of any other planet. So there could be lots of emotional issues going on. 8th house and 6th house are involved. Deep change and transformation. For you, really powerful time to do lots of meditation, go within, study some esoteric subjects, energy healing, hypnotherapy, past life regression, activate your 8th house. You have all the blessings of the universe. But nevertheless, at the same time, there could be lots of emotions at work with your coworkers, and also some issues related to inheritance, things like that. But watch the intro section, lots of remedies we discussed there. So do those remedies, those will help you manifest things related to the 6th house and the 8th house. So those will help you with improving your health, maybe getting inheritance also, other people's money, shared resources. But in addition to the remedies in the intro section, for Aquarius rising, absolutely wonderful time to focus on deep meditation. Next is Pisces Rashi. That means Pisces moon sign. So if your moon is in Pisces, then this applies to you. So moon is transiting through your 7th house and in the sign of Virgo. And moon is going to make a exchange, Parivartan Yoga, with Mercury sitting in the 5th house. So there is exchange between the 5th house and the 7th house. So what that means is, first of all, moon is with Ketu. That is like an eclipse. After the exchange, moon goes with Venus, who is the enemy of the moon. And while in the 5th house, moon is trines to Rahu. So moon is getting afflicted by both Ketu and Rahu and sitting it with the enemy, but also it has a Kemadruma Yoga, which means it's a lonely moon. There's no support to the moon. So all that means there could be a lot of emotional stuff going on with respect to your partnerships, relationships, with respect to your children, with respect to your romantic partnerships also. That's 5th house. So exercise a lot of caution. Watch the intro section. We discussed lots of remedies for Hasta Nakshatra. You can do all of those. In addition, for Pisces Rashi, you can also do meditation or some spiritual work with your partner or with your children or with your romantic partner. So all these remedies will help you manifest things, because Hasta is hands. You can literally manifest things in your hands. So this will give you positive results and success with respect to your children or romantic partners, or even with your partnerships, one-on-one partnerships. So that's all what's happening for all of the 12 Rashis. That's the moon signs. This video is based on the moon signs. So both the things happening. One is very sensitive period emotionally, a lot of like pessimism or just too much emotions, but excellent time to do spiritual work and also do remedies for Hasta Nakshatra to manifest things in your hands. It's a very powerful energy of Hasta Nakshatra. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe, and consider becoming a YouTube member, where we have more exclusive videos for transits on a daily basis. And thanks for watching. Thanks for your time.